morning. My name is Timothytrespas. And wow. I hadn't quite noticed. I'm in constant pain. 2 weeks ago, seems like forever, I fell getting onto someone else's boat who told me, get up, come, you gotta help me move your boat. Jump out of bed, run over there. I fell. I caught myself on my arms, and unfortunately my 128-pound frame was too much and ripped my shoulder blade or something. And I take methadone, okay? I'm on 30 milligrams of methadone every day. And that stops some of the pain. When I wake up, I scream. It hurts. So, excuse me. This is usually how my mornings are. Now, I have here some clonazepam. I know you can't see it in this light, but that's what it is. 0.5 milligrams, and this is one of the pills I take. That much. In order to, and only when I feel like this, a couple times, 3-4 times a month, I'm supposed to take twice a day. Now, in these bags are psychiatric medications. Packs of them. They're all over my house. Medicine that they give me every month that I'm supposed to take. And I don't take it. Because if I took that much toxic medicine, I probably wouldn't be telling you this story. Excuse me. The last video, I was at a place called the Kills, and I was sitting there wondering if I could somehow keep my boat there. And after about 20 minutes, the police came, and I was sitting in the bushes, and I just sat very quietly, put my hands in front of me in case they got freaked out, And I just closed my eyes, and I sat there. And they were joking with each other. They were climbing up the bridge ladder and fooling around. You know how guys do. And then they saw me. And he sort of came over, and I opened my eyes, and I said, "Would you like me to come over there to you?" He said, "No. You just hanging out?" I said, "Well, actually, I'm trying to figure out if I can put my boat over here." I said, "My wife and I we live on a boat. We're homeless, and the Coast Guard has come, and we have to move the boat away from where it is. And so I'm trying to find a place, and I see that there's all these signs here that say no boats, no mooring of boats, and I was kind of hoping that maybe over here is far enough away from those signs that's a different property that maybe I can." And he looked around. He didn't see any signs. He said, "I don't know." He said, and then I asked him, "Did you come here were you called because of me?" And he said, "No, but if you were hanging out on the bridge, it would be trespassing, and you'd have problems." He said, "How'd you get over here?" I said, "Oh, I came from the back way over there. There's you go up the road and down the stairs." And he said, "Oh, yeah. Well, the thing is that this is one of these places, and it's in the back. There's like a junkyard and recycling and railroad tracks, and it's one of the few abandoned but not abandoned places in New York. Like you can, so kids, there's a public school, and kids from all here in Long Island City come in the back to drink beer and smoke pot and write graffiti and do stupid kid stuff that kids do when they do it. And so anyway, I don't know, anyway, he told me, well, good luck with that. Then they left. And so then I came back, and as I was coming back, I ran into a group of about 20 kids with beer and everything. I'm like, hey, there's police waiting over there for you. So, and telling stories is a little easier than just being me. I come back. Now, I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I got my friend Sebastian, who's this big, strong, Polish guy who learned the hard way to, and he works 70, 80 hours a week, and he's got his girlfriend. He's a big guy. He likes to go kayaking. He goes kite surfing. He jumps out of the planes in the wingsuits, parachuting. He was in the military in Poland. They all kinds of stuff. He's adrenaline junkie. He loves adrenaline. Like, he went out in his kayak last week, and he overturned in the river, and he couldn't get back up. So we got out of the kayak, and now he's swimming to shore, and he's thinking, oh, if I had a radio, maybe Timothy could rescue me. Somebody saw him, called the police. The police came, and they said, hey, yeah, he got a ride, came back, and then he came back. He's like, yes, now I am happy. Anyway, I like him. And when all this stuff happened in the Coast Guard, I was freaking out. I'm basically crying. I'm like, and he's like, don't be such a baby. You gotta, stick up for yourself. Don't be such a, what did he tell me? I don't even remember. If the world is hard, I tell him all these things. I'm like, I expect people to respond when I say, look, I really need help. And most of the people are like, yeah, okay, well, fuck you. That's nice. Okay, we can help you, but we can't help it. Anyway, so Sebastian and I are trying to figure out what are we going to do with these boats. And there's a sunken boat over there. And I've been saying since last summer, if you can build a little dock past the thing and it floats, you can make a thing and put your boat there and not sink with the sunken boat. And we've been talking about it. And Chris, my friend, is like, keeps telling me, no, I don't think so, it's dangerous. So Sebastian and I tell him what we're planning to do. And so I'm talking to Chris, what are we going to do? This spot, this other spot, this guy's spot, and the other one. It's so complicated, you have no idea. There were people here, right? Now we're 3 boats deep, okay? 3 boats deep here. And before it was just 1 boat, so this is getting crazy. I don't know how long this is going to go on. I don't know how long until we bash into each other and sink. I mean, literally, we're like this close, And the guy who was here, that was on the boat, didn't own the boat, and the guys working on the bridge with the barges made everybody move back and forth, and so some people, Chris, decided, they're not moving in yet. It's been months. I'm taking it. Took the spot, and now there's all this, somebody's spot and that person's spot, and I'm like, I need a spot. Can anybody share with me? And I could go anywhere, really, but I have some serious constraints right now on my life. So I go to sleep that night fretting. I wake up in the morning, we're talking to Chris, and Chris is like, oh, don't worry, I'm talking to the people, I'm going to try to work it out for you. The whole time he's working in the middle of the night to put his boat over by this sunken boat and build these things, take that spot. And so now Sebastian is like, let me call Chris. Sebastian is really good with, he's like, you have to talk to people like you're playing chess. You have to manipulate them because they will screw you. You have to understand. And I don't. I'm like, I can barely look at people, let alone talk to them sometimes. So he comes and he sees this, he calls Chris, Chris does nothing about it. And so he's like, okay, fine. Then we take this spot that he was gonna, we move up. He's like, just do it quickly before anyone comes. And then, so we do. And so now I'm here in this spot, 2 spots ahead of us, where we thought we were gonna go originally, but we were talking, now there's all these factions of these people. There's the Paulie faction and the pirate guy and the people who've been here for a while that don't like Chris and Sebastian, and there's sort of this, but nobody messes with Sebastian because he doesn't play, you know? He's like a big, scary Polish guy. Oh, I love him. And sometimes he misunderstands you, what I say, because I'm so... And he'll start yelling at me, thinking that I'm telling him fuck off, and I'm like, no. Okay, then I misunderstand. I really like this man. Anyway, so here I am, and I'll hope to God I can have a little time here until at least we can figure out. I took the sailboat and I just put it in the back, and that probably wasn't smart because there's all these big metal things that stick out of the wall of the pier where the stanchions and pilings used to be, and they've rotted away, and now they're these big metal jagged things that'll catch on the boat, and I still haven't drank the water. Oh, thank you, Lord. I need to go back there, and to get there you gotta go all the way around, come back. And if I had been smart, what I would have done was come and brought the boat up here, put the generator on. But I am so exhausted from all this jumping around and like filling in holes with rocks and wood and stuff so that Pedro can walk along this thing without falling in a hole or you know, and hurting herself because she can barely see, and we're like climbing behind fences and through the woods. I bought an angle grinder for $20, and I ran my generator, and I'm cutting the freaking fence down. And the guys, there's a big parking lot. This trucking company owns the. I don't know if you can see it, but out there, all those trucks, and they own this lot, and they put up a new fence, and so the old fence is like leaning over the water, and you can't get to the shore. So there's a new fence between me and them, and there's this little fenced-in place that we're in, you know, and I'm cutting. And the guys, he's been pretty cool. When the manager of the trucking place found me, I'm standing inside his property, in his yard, in his fence, and he's looking at me, comes over, he's walking his dog. He says, "You need to get in or out?" I said, "Actually, I'm taking your fence apart so that I can get in and out." And he said, "Oh." He came over, he looked at it, he thought about it. I said, "We've been here for a while, and we need to pass." And I was, you know, it used to be open, you could just pass freely, and he changed the gate around. He had somebody come and put up a new fence, and he said, "Well, it's mostly junk anyway. It's like a moving company." I don't know why a moving company has all this people's stuff. Like, they have all this people's stuff, and it sits out in the rain. I mean, under a thing, but it's like, it's junk, I guess. I don't know. They end up throwing a lot of it away or giving it back. I don't know. He didn't seem to care. Every now and then they take something, fishing poles, and put it where I'll find it. You know, something he thinks I need, a cooler, put over there. Like, they're not bad people. He knows there's a guy living underneath his trucking thing, you know, in the dirt. He built a little hole and he crawls in there. It's so sad. He likes it. It's better than, I don't know, he goes back and forth between prison and the hospital. So anyway, we're here now. My mind is I'm so, I mean, look at me, man, look at me. Literally, I'm like, this stuff hurts. I don't know what's happening to me. Whatever they did to me, I don't know. I can tell you stories about stuff that happened, but not right now. I have another story for you next. And I want to thank you for listening to me, for responding to me. Tell me good thank you. You know, it helps. Sometimes some people send me a little money. Thank you. And, you know, I've made some wonderful friends. Thank you. May God bless you all. And I hope you guys have a better day than me. Take care.